Hey, Daryl here, and this is my daily devotional. In the beginning of the book of Numbers, we see where God directs Moses to take a census so they would know how many there were men above 20 who could be in an army. Listen as I read. The Lord spoke to Moses in the tent of meeting in the desert of Sinai on the first day of the second month of the second year after the Israelites came out of Egypt. He said, "Take a census of the whole Israelite community by their clans and families, listing every man by name one by one. You and Aaron are to number by their divisions all the men in Israel 20 years old or more who are able to serve in the army. One man from each tribe, each the head of his family, is to help you. These are the names of the men who were to assist you." And then obviously it goes on and lists a bunch of folks who were to assist in the census. I want you to notice a couple things. It says, "You and Aaron are to number by their divisions all the men in Israel 20 years old or more." So first of all, notice that the men were the ones counted to serve in the military 20 years old and older. But the thing that boggles my mind was simply this. Why did God need a census? Why, I thought God was omniscient. I thought God knew everything. Well, the point is, God does know all. And I am certain God knew how many there were before the census even began. I am convinced that God wanted Israel to know how strong they were. This is chapter 1, and it begins talking about the divisions of the people and how many there were. And then it comes to chapter 1 at verse 44. Let me read. "These were the men counted by Moses and Aaron and the 12 leaders of Israel, each one representing his family. All the Israelites 20 years old or more who were able to serve in Israel's army were counted according to their families. The total number was 603,550. I'm convinced God wanted Israel to know how powerful they were, because they were going to possibly face some resistance moving towards the promised land, entering into the promised land. But that was a mighty army of over 600,000 men 20 years old and older. So, what's God's next instructions? Well, his next instructions we see in chapter 2, where he wanted all the camps to be arranged in certain segments. Listen. The Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "The Israelites are to camp around the tent of meeting some distance from it, each man under his standard with the banners of his family." And he goes on and lists all the organizations that they wanted. Let me tell you what I'm convinced this is. God is a God of organization. God is not a God of chaos. And if you have as many as there were, 600 plus thousand men in an army, plus all the women and children, it would be extremely chaotic if they were not organized and placed in their clans, under their family banners, so that there could be some organization to it all. It says in verse 34 of chapter 2, "So the Israelites did everything the Lord commanded Moses. That is the way they encamped under their standards. And that is the way they set out, each with his clan and family." Folks, 2 points I want to make in today's devotional. Number 1, God knows it all. But sometimes he wants us to count it ourselves so we too may know what he already knows. And number two, God's a God of organization. He does not like chaos. I am convinced in our churches there needs to be organization. In our families, there needs to be organization. In our finances, organization. In our culture, in our society, organization. God loves that. That's how he instructed the children of Israel. God bless you. Good day.